Everybody, Lennox here from Simple 123 Trader. It is Tuesday, May the 6th. We are live at the New York Stock Market morning session. Glad you could join us. Hope everybody's doing well. And I'm going to take a quick look firstly at our calendar for today, May 6th. And do we have any red news today?
Well, no.
No.
I think it's just trade balance, but that's yellow news.
Yeah. So we got some economic optimism news. Interesting. Coming up at 10 o'clock. And the bond auction. But these are all red news, not red news at all. Okay. Red news coming out of New Zealand, and that's about it. Interesting. Okay, so a very slow news day. Let's see what tomorrow. Tomorrow we have some red news. At 2 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow, we have federal funds rate and FOMC statements and FOMC press conference. So that might be interesting for tomorrow afternoon, but nothing today. Okay, let's take a look at the U.S. dollar. And U.S. dollar quite weak currently compared to the euro-U.S. dollar, which is below, which is showing a little bit of strength. Although both are still inside a huge channel. Now we are in a downward mode for the U.S. dollar, while the euro-U.S. dollar is in an upward mode. So, but both are in a channel. Looking like they want to pierce their lower and upper boundaries eventually here. All right, so a little bit of weakness in the U.S. dollar currently. So I'll take a look now at the NAS. I'm on the 4-hour time frame. And what I didn't want to see happen is starting to happen, unfortunately. A move back to the downside. See my orange line, that's what I've been projecting to happen. And we're starting to see that starting to play out. We got a 1, 2, 3 top on the 4-hour, and we're starting to move down. We've broken that low. We're now looking to break this low. If we break this low, then we could see a continued move down to take out the next low here. So that is a possibility. Probably a high probability at this point. So
yeah, it seems to be.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was hoping that we might buck the trend and move to the upside, but the charts don't lie, unfortunately. Daily I'm looking at the Bitcoin on the daily here, and it too is looking a little bit on the lean side here. I'm going to bring this over. So they seem to be both the indices and Bitcoin seem to kind of move in tandem, and looking like we want to come down, take out the lows on Bitcoin right here. Let's go to the 4-hour. So we're having trouble breaking the high. I really thought perhaps we had a shot at breaking that high and going up to 100,000 again, but it's having a hard time doing that. So on the 4-hour time frame, we now are looking to break the current low, and then the next lows, equal lows down here. So looking rather weak at this time. So probability is high that we are going to go through, because we do have a 1, 2, 3 top here, and we're just chopping up and down right now. So we could do something like this perhaps, and then another drop. we're coming down. We could just go straight down as well without another bounce. So hourly, you can see Bitcoin is after this steep drop, we're chopping. So I could see something like this perhaps, and then another drop. So that's one scenario, or we could just continue going straight down. And the reason why we could continue going straight down is because there is a 1, 2, 3 right here. So if that's a 1, 2, 3 top solid, then we're going to be going straight down. Otherwise, it would be an ABC, and then we just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here and bounce again. So which one is it going to be? Everything is kind of pointing to a move down, sweeping the low, and then another push back up. We shall see.
Yes, that seems to be reasonable.
That's reasonable. I'm trying to coerce the charts. So here's back to the NAS again on the 4 hour. So I'm gonna go to the daily. I'm just trying to give a synopsis here. Okay, so you can see we failed to break these highs, equal highs, and now we're pushing back to the downside. So I had this all drawn out from weeks ago that we could likely do something like this. 4 hour, again, we have a 1, 2, 3 top now, starting to come down. 1 hour time frame. So unlike Bitcoin, we are not gyrating up and down here. We're just coming straight down. So we've got 1, 2, and now we're coming straight down. So we could break this low and we could get a bounce here and continue, or we could just continue going straight down. So
I made $100 on Bitcoin.
You don't usually like to play that, you say?
Well, I'm doing it in a demo account.
I see. Okay.
I couldn't do it on TOS. I don't have that much cash in there for that kind of stuff. 160,000.
So very much weakness here with no red news today or anything, nothing to kind of buoy. Everything is just kind of going straight down. So I'm on the 15-minute time frame looking for anything that might, my last gap is here. I'm just going to mark off this gap up here. We get a bounce back to that gap. It's possible. We've got another 7 minutes or so before the open. 5 minutes.
Yeah, the open is going to clinch things, I think.
5 minute time frame. I've got a 1, 2, another 1, 2, yet another 1, 2. So we could be going streaking down here at the open. That's a possibility here. So I'm looking for some kind of a rebound, retrace, to see if we can get a chance into this. So I do have a big gap above.
Yes, sir.
Doesn't look like we're going to be coming back up here.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You can empty the front one if it's necessary, because I won't be over for a few minutes. Okay. Okay, no problem. Okay, I got positive on my NAS.
Yeah, I'm looking for a retrace back up here, but I don't know if we're going to get one at this point.
I'm gonna see what happens at the open at this point.
On the 5 minute, let's see how the 1 minute looks. Yeah, this is, wow. So on the 1 minute time frame, this first time I'm looking at this, we've got a 1, 2, 3 top, and we've dropped, retrace. So that might have been the retrace opportunity, which is probably what you're in right now, George.
Yeah, that's what I got in.
Yeah, came back and touched that, almost touched that gap, and then we're pulling away again, breaking the low. So can we get another retrace in here? Possible.
Hoping it open, it just closes me out with a nice profit.
Yeah, so the only way in right now is a retrace. Otherwise, you're.
It's too close to open for that, really. 4 minutes away.
Well, it'll start getting a little bit of volatility before they open here, I would think. So we might see.
Volatility right now is okay.
Yeah, they're just starting to prepare now, I'm sure. See how Bitcoin looks on the 1 minute. So Bitcoin, I'm going to start Bitcoin on the 15. So we're in a downward. Bitcoin also 1, 2, 3 top here. Another 1, 2, 3. Actually, this way, and then another one, and yet another, and then we're dropping back up. Boom, very cool. Lots of weakness here on the 15. So I'm going to go back up a little higher on Bitcoin. With 3 minutes to go, I'm going to go up to the 30. So that is the actual high here. And so they're heading to take out all these lows down below. So on the 15, my last 15-minute gap was here. And then I have one here. But this one isn't finished forming it yet. Okay, so that helps. Let's go to the 5 now. There we go. And nice, that would have been a nice sell right there on Bitcoin. Nice little touch there on the gap. And now we're heading down. We take out the low.
If you want a good symbol to look at some point this morning, ICE.
Oh, the Intercontinental Exchange, eh?
Yeah, it's hotter than a pistol.
I used to play that a lot back in my options day. I haven't looked at that thing forever. Let me see what it looks like here. This is the weekly time frame. It's very strong right now after a big drop. Got a 1, 2, 3 bottom. So we're about to open here. We've got about 10 seconds or so. Yeah. Okay. So let me go back to the 1 minute on NAS. We should be just opening at 10 seconds to go. All right. So we're getting we did get a rebound on the NAS back into that gap. So that could present us. Just going to say it could present a sell, and there it goes. So they drop it down really quickly, take out the low. So where are we heading here? So there's my low down to go. 700. There's about 60 handles, but they're pushing back up quite a lot here. There's volatility now, George.
Oh, well, actually, it still is not that bad. I mean, I can see it's more than it was a couple of minutes ago, but it's still in the reasonable range.
Bitcoin has gone straight down. But Bitcoin is not too, they're both about the same distance to their lows. Stick with the NAS here. I'll watch Bitcoin on my other screen.
This thing is trying to push up at this point. And the NAS, whoa.
Very much so.
Yeah, it's kind of a surprise.
Not terribly of a surprise because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'd kind of expect a bounce. And I did have that 15-minute gap marked off, and that's where we come back up to. Now, is it gonna hold us back, or are they going to take out the highs? That's what I'm surprised about, that they're coming up so high.
It's almost ready to take out highs right now.
I'm surprised at that they come up that high, but this too is all. So we're looking at this level, but we're also looking at the entire move, and we can certainly take out those equal highs there as well, and come back up into this area. So they came very close to doing it, but maybe not.
Now we're into the volatility danger zone.
My first gap here. This guy didn't do anything. A little tough to play right now, that's for sure.
Oh yeah. It's
not much going on.
It hasn't quieted down enough, and it's still looking to take out the recent highs, which is kind of a surprise, but they're known for their surprises.
S&P has taken out its high. So we have a difference here. We have a little bit of divergence going on right away at the beginning. So S&P has taken out these highs to the left. NASDAQ is not able to.
Well, it hasn't given up on that thought yet. As I say, here we go. There you go.
Did they take it? Very close to taking it, eh? Did they take it? It's like they tired close to taking
they
it, eh?
took it out on
It's like they
the futures.
didn't take it out
Took
here.
out by looks like 50 pips, 50 cents.
You haven't taken it out on the NAS here.
Yeah.
So we're right around the 50% mark of this entire move. So they can certainly go through.
I don't have a good read yet on what they intend to do in the longer short run.
Well, they're pushing up, so that means that they're trying to get liquidity up here to push back to the downside, because
that's the way I'm looking at it. Yeah,
our trajectory is to the downside. So in the short term, they're pushing up to grab liquidity, it looks like, to continue down. So there is a 15-minute gap here. I did not mark that off because I didn't think that was going to be in play, but they are certainly pushing back up towards it here. But now we've taken it out. That's the S&P. Wait, and now the NAS has taken it out. So they did eventually take it out. Not by much, but they did. So no divergence now at this point.
They took it out and turned.
Yeah.
See how aggressively they're going to turn now.
We've got a fractal there. That
Yeah,
could have been
a
possible entry there to come back down, but it's a little iffy still.
Yeah.
So I'll hold off.
We could be building a new fractal too. So darn close.
Looking to take out the high again.
Yep, it just did.
S&P's done it quite violently there.
Whoa.
All right, so I marked off.
Took out my stop.
There's my previous 15-minute high. They're heading back up towards that area. Quite interesting.
Yeah.
Yep, that's where they're heading. All right, so I'm going to be looking for a 1, 2, 3 top up here to come back down. So do we come back up to touch that gap? Or okay, so do we go back up one more time to take out this high, touch that gap, or we're just coming straight down? Looking like we want to go back up to take out the high one more time. That would give us a possible fractal up here. 1, 2, 3 top. to come back down. How is Tesla doing this morning here? I haven't looked at Tesla. So get big gap open and they're pushing back to the upside, looking like a little fake out move here as well. Okay, so remember we're still inside this huge fourth wave on Tesla. So we're just gyrating around, and now that would give us our A, B, C, D, and E leg. So it looks like it's a possibility that we could take out this low. Another possible drop here, and then we could see a continuation, or we could come down a ways. So which one will it be? Based on the indices, it might be the latter, coming straight down here. $30-minute, 15-minute.
Interesting. This volatility hasn't skyrocketed yet.
You can see Tesla has a controlling 1, 2, 3 here, and we've dropped. So you know where you are, Peter.
Yep.
They're going to be coming to take out this low down here. Yeah, so looking for a 1, 2, 3 top on Tesla. NASDAQ. Okay, looking for 1, 2, 3 top. So we haven't taken out the top yet, the high yet. So we're looking for them to take out the high one more time here. Perhaps S&P looking to take out the high one more time.
Would you short Tesla now without a 1, 2, 3 top, since we've got a swing high?
That's a tough one, because they could still go up one more time, take out those highs. So yeah, you have to be careful there on that one, Peter. It's hard to see the structure at this point. So this could be 1, 2, 3, and then we get 4, and we could go one more time, because we do have a huge gap. And yes, we're above halfway of the gap, but there's still a little bit of room for them to go up one more time and take that high. It's always try to see if you can see your structure. If you can see the 5 waves, that really helps, you know. And in here, I can go 1, 2, you know, this could be our 3 in here, 4, and then we go one more time like that. Because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So that would indicate that we're going to take out the highs one more time. Awesome possibility there. So I mean, you could short it, yes, but you might go into a little bit of a drawdown. You have to kind of gauge it that way as well. So we did take out that high on the NAS. See that by a tick? Let's see if S&P took it out. S&P has not been able to take it out its high. So quite interesting there. So we're getting a bit of divergence now. So S&P looking maybe to push back up and take out the high. That's possible or not. I see a gap here on S&P. I'm going to mark that. But that could be a sell from that gap. We can't go through. Gone through it with just a wick. So that might be it. That might be the the sell opportunity. NASDAQ. No gap here on NAS. Whoa.
There we go.
Did Tesla do similar? Yeah. So interesting.
That put me into a nice profit.
So there you go, Peter. Could, you know,
Time to go short.
it's a 1, 2, 3 there. You know, they could have pushed up one more time, take out the high. That was possible, but you know, you could take the risk and jump in. And
Okay, volatility has jumped up now.
so I was looking for them to break the high, give me a 1, 2, 3 here. They did it very quickly, so they didn't give me a chance to even get in. So this is what happens sometimes. You might know how not doesn't matter how much you analyze and so forth. Sometimes you just don't get in because they move it so fast.
Yeah, well, when we get into a fast market, it becomes that much more difficult. For sure.
It was the same situation on Bitcoin. I was looking at Bitcoin. When I look back at NAS, then the NAS dropped, and I looked at Bitcoin dropped. So both doing the same thing. So when the Bitcoin gave me the same opportunity, gave me the 1, 2, 3. I was looking at it and thinking, okay, time to maybe take a stab at it, and straight down they come. So the key here is that we get it. We've got the analysis correct, in that we're looking for them to come back to the downside. So,
yeah.
Getting in was the trick. So we did get a 1, 2, 3 right there, and fractal. So this was an entry opportunity at that point right there. So now we'd have to look for a retrace, since we've broken our previous low here. Broken the previous low, so we can get a retrace back. We could still get in at this point. We're looking for a retrace back to this gap here. Can we get a retrace?
Trying right now.
S&P, not so much. So S&P, see how that little regular gap here was the catalyst for that drop. We get that little gap right there. They couldn't go above it just with the wick, and that was it. Straight down we come. So on the NAS, we didn't have the same thing on the NAS, no gap. It came back up very close to that gap, very close there. It did not go in. Wow. Okay, so not giving anybody a chance to get in here.
Not giving you any chance whatsoever. He who hesitates is lost in this game.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Nice move here, though. This would have been a nice play from this level to 768, say even down to 728. That's 40 handles down to this level. 60 handles or more. Not bad. My 4-hour candle opened here You see this 4-hour candle. I've got 3 4-hour candles over to the left. Look at them just dropping it now.
Okay.
Wow. So
Okay.
yeah, that's quite interesting because Bitcoin, I was also looking for a bit of a rebound here, retrace, but they did not give it to me either. And off we went. There is a inverted gap. They did come into that inverted gap, and I didn't use it because I thought maybe we would get a bigger bounce back up into the regular gap, but they did not do that. So I didn't get a chance to get into Bitcoin either, but that's the move to the downside that I was looking for. So a nice 1, 2, 3 top on Bitcoin, and the drop, and another drop, taking out the lows. So we can still get into this to the downside on a retrace of the entire move. So we can still get a possible continuation, but this was a nice move overall on both Bitcoin and the indices. And Tesla, I'm sure. Tesla, not so much, but not too bad though.
I'm short Tesla.
Yeah. They should come down and take out the low here.
Okay.
I was playing last night before going to bed here, and I did have a series of wins. I don't think I had any losses for about 10 wins. I think I had about 10 wins in a row, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wins in a row, and then I had a loss. And then I had another win, another loss. So this was from yesterday. So this was, so from last night I had all these wins with just one small loss. So 8 wins in a row after that loss. So not too shabby. So
Very good. Very good.
basically I just try to go in and see if I can make 1,000 or more each play and try not to lose at all. That's the goal, but all right. And for those on YouTube that are watching us, we are the 1, 2, 3 traders. We are playing the NASDAQ and Bitcoin primarily. We are doing this for educational purposes only. We are not expecting anyone to take our trades. You do that at your own risk. Give us a like if you like what you're seeing, and do subscribe to our channel. We're the 1, 2, 3 traders. We're looking for 1, 2, 3 tops. 1, 2, 3 top is essentially just a high, a low, and another high. The number, and we call that our 1, 2, 3. We do not want our number 3 point to break our number 1 point. If it does, that violates our 1, 2, 3. And then we're looking for entries in and around the 50% retrace between points 2 and points 3. And you can catch moves like this if you can get in. So that's what we do. That's what we look for. It's as simple as that. You have to catch them at the right spots, of course. The 1, 2, 3 setup like that. That's another one. They also set up on the bottom, 1, 2, 3 bottoms, and they can be even two candles like this. That constitutes a 1, 2, 3 as well. So minimum 2 candles. And you get in and around the 50% retrace area and catch the move. So it's something like that. All right, so how close are we to our low? Very close now. All right, so if I go back up to the 15-minute, we look at what's transpired. this was the expected move, that we would get a pull back up and then a drop down to take out these lows down here. So that's what's looks like it's setting up to do. And if we look at the bigger picture, go back up to the hourly, that's what the trajectory is telling us, that we should be going down and take out these lows. Here we have a large 1, 2, 3 here, so that's a 1, 2, 3 for us, 1 or 2 or 3. So the 1, 2, 3 can be made up of numerous candles and as small as 2 candles, and we're getting this move down to take out these lows. So once we take out these lows here, if we do that, then they don't have to take them out right away either. They can kind of leave them alone. There's lots of liquidity here, but they can leave this alone. They don't have to do that, touch it. We could get a retrace of this entire move here. We could get a retrace back before we continue again, if we're even going to continue down, that is. So this is a possibility. We could see a turnaround in the markets. Is that a likely scenario? So the question is, do we see a possibility of us retracing this entire move back up to, around 50%?
I have to step away for about 5-10 minutes.
To come back down again, something like that. Is that possible? It's possible, yes, but is it likely? That's the question here. We're getting a bounce here at this point. Let's see what's going on. Bitcoin's giving me quite a nice bounce now. So I'll go 15-minute on Bitcoin. It's just a straight candle. Just one candle on the 15 there. On the 5-minute, we have 3 candles right now. Looking to make a gap here, but we have still over a minute left before this gap is complete. So we could see this gap coming into play for a move back to the downside on Bitcoin. So we've touched it already on the 1 minute. It could come back right into it, maybe even a little higher, because there's a 1 minute gap as well. You come back into this area, that would present a nice sell opportunity, because right now I've got a 1, 2, 3 top here. This drop, retrace, looking for another drop to come back down and take out this low. So I might get an opportunity to make a sell here coming up on Bitcoin. NASDAQ, not so much. It's not coming back up very, very much here. S&P still struggle right now too. So do we get a bounce back up? So this would be a retrace of this entire move. 50% takes us back up here. So if we want to get in, we'd like to see them come back up into this area, but likely it's not looking so good here. That especially if they take out the low, we're going to go right through. So they're doing it a little differently than Bitcoin, which is reaching for that gap. So NAS has gone through waves. We can still get a retrace here now. This guy down. 50% is here. That's a little gap right there. So we could get a nice retrace now. We are getting a nice push back up. Right back to 50% retrace. Amazing. So they go one more time and take out this high and put us above 50%, possibly here.
The question is this going to be our algo or not?
Oh, we're at 10 o'clock. So yeah, we could start to see a algo move here. Oops.
So far it's not, but
Looking for them to come back up one more time, take out this high.
which high? Oh, right there, yeah,
Right
yeah.
there, one more time.
Oh,
Maybe
it should
push
go
back
up higher
into.
than that even.
Maybe push back up into this first gap that we had at just after 9:30. So let's see if we could do that, and then that would give me an opportunity to sell. Looks like we should do it, possibly here. Here we go. Okay, so can we touch that gap, or they're not going to do it?
Almost did.
There's a small gap right there, very tiny. So that might be enough there for them to turn us back down. So I'll look for a fractal at this point. I have to wait for the next candle. You can still go up one more time, take that high, and go into that gap. So
should go through VWAP.
Waiting for that.
One more push. One more push. Come on. One more. There we go. Good. Good, good, good.
Looking for them to take the high out one more time. Will they or will they not? I'm being very, very particular here. I want to see them come back into this gap here, but I don't know if they will or not. But it's looking like a likely possibility.
That's an inverted gap.
It's an inverted gap from this. This is the first gap after 9:30 open.
Well, it went right into VWAP, but it did not close above VWAP, and it's now turning down, it looks like.
So I do have a fractal. So I might miss an opportunity here looking for this to go back up one more time. We might not go back up at all. I was looking for them to go here.
It could easily go up at this point.
It might not. That could be it. So I might have missed them another opportunity for getting in at this point, but I'm still looking for them to go back up.
Fence right now.
Will they do it or not? Let's see how S&P is doing at that point. S&P looks like they could do it. We got equal highs there. We could do the same. It was possible. And S&P has a similar gap after 9:30 right there. So we've touched into it already. You can see. So are they going to come and take it out one more time? Looks likely, right? There we go.
Yeah, they
so
went
there
through
is the play on the NAS.
That's what I was looking for.
See if I can get a fractal now.
Well, hold off a little bit because I'm seeing a little more up move coming.
Yep. And then coming into this higher gap here as well. Interesting. Yeah. So we're looking for a fractal to take us back down again.
The trend is still really to the downside, but it doesn't look like it's finished this upward move yet. Could be wrong on that, but it's got a lot of strength pushing up.
Okay, getting a fractal painting here.
Volatility is starting to pick up.
It's still going higher.
Fractal may disappear. It depends. It disappeared.
Yeah, they're still going higher. So interesting here.
Did you get your fractal?
No, not yet.
Yeah, that's what I thought. We're going up higher.
We're right in the middle of the highest gap now. So this could be the turning point. Now.
Yeah, this is the point where we could see a turn.
Okay, there's my sell on NAS. I get a fractal break.
It's
My
not,
stop would be above the high. And it looks like they want to come and take me out right away. Wow, so they went back up there one more time. So that's where my stop would have been. I'm not going to put it on because they've come back up. So that was not the ending fractal. Interesting. So I could be in trouble in the sense that they might not be wanting to turn it back to the downside. We could continue going up because what's happening here is that I do have a 1, 2, 3 at this point. So we could be going up to take out the highs. That's a possibility. So I'm expecting them to retrace, go back down, but maybe I'm totally wrong and they're not going to retrace, but I'm still expecting them to do that. But this can always be hazardous. So, but I don't really want to put my stop way up here. That's just not good. So I'm want to see this gap hold us and keep us coming back down. So the wick, they can kill you with the wick. And that's why putting your stop.
yeah, that's the big problem.
Is that the end, or do we still continue? If we take out this high here
It
now,
looks like
then
it
we
wants
might
to
be in
take
trouble.
out the high ones more time.
We don't want to do that anymore.
We're at that indecision point. We need some more sellers to come in. Nah, come on, don't do that.
It's Tesla. Did Tesla break that? No, Tesla still hasn't broken that low. So still looking for Tesla to come down and take out the low. So we still got the 1, 2, 3 controlling the move, and we're in a fourth wave now. So looking for them to come down. So the indices should start to come down as well, based on Tesla. So looking for them to come down here. So looking at it from a higher time frame, big drop, retrace, continuation down to take out the low here. And they did actually tick through that low. Oh, I didn't even notice that they did that. Wow, interesting. So did S&P do the same? Let me take a look at S&P. S&P's low. No, S&P's low is still a ways away in comparison to the NAS's low. So we still have room for S&P to come down quite a bit. So we're getting a bit of divergence currently on the NAS and S&P because we did take out that low on the NAS. Very subtle. That's what they are. They're subtle. They're sly.
They're looking for some more.
Looking for them to continue coming down here.
They're looking for some more. Yeah, they're going to take it out.
You should not.
I know, but it's very, very close.
On the second shot, it looks like a fall wave.
Indeed, looks like they want to take that high out again. Yes,
They got it.
they did.
Now.
Wow.
They just got it.
Interesting. All right, so opportunity to sell some more here, perhaps, to sell into this move. They've come up quite a ways. Much higher than I would have expected. I didn't think they would go through this gap with a closure, but they did. Interesting. So let's see if we can. I'm watching it on the seconds chart there. Good one, Martin, that you saw that on the seconds chart that we were chopping. And they're going to go up one more time. Yep. And if they take that high, whoops. So that kind of, see how they're reaching for that gap here. So if I go back up to the 5-minute, this gap is now in play, interestingly. So they came back up and swept that high. Let's see how the S&P looks. They sweep in the same high, right back into the gap on the S&P, but not on the NAS. They're not touching that gap, at least not yet. So that could be the sweep, and we're good.
Okay, time to go south.
Another fractal. So I'm in some serious drawdown. So even if I put my stop up here, I would have been in trouble up here. So quite interesting there. So I'm going to sell it again because I've got a fractal. They might reach again to take out this high, to just to go into this gap. That's possible. Now at this point, since they've broken the high, could break this high one more time just to go into the gap. And that would still present another opportunity to come back down. So I'm getting clobbered right now, but still not panicking out of this position. So sometimes it's just best to take the small loss, and not get yourself into drawdown. So if your accounts can't withstand that drawdown, then you know that's the best alternative, is to take the small loss. You can always re-enter again. My account is quite large, so I can withstand the drawdown. So they've reached into the gap. So quite the turn of events. We've come back all the way back up. So if I go to the 15,
Bitcoin was
Okay, it's taking out the next high.
it's come back right back up. And I have to do a Nick Sean here now and keep buying, keep selling as we move up in order to
It's
recoup.
looking for that next high.
I think that this gap might hold us back now. But I mean, I was looking for them to turn it around down here, never mind. So that is an algo.
The algo, I think, is finished at this point.
Algo
unless you're
move to the
into a
upside.
higher
Doesn't
time frame
look like they're
algo.
done. Still looking like they're trying to go through this gap. So if they go through the gap, there's just the high here that's left. So that would
Yeah,
be quite the
I have the
retrace.
high marked on mine.
Yeah, that's quite the retrace. I wouldn't have never expected them to come all the way back up, but I'm still, overall, we're still pointing to a move back to the downside. So not really giving
Yeah,
up
they're
on
just
that.
grabbing on as much as they can grab at this point. But that next high is in jeopardy.
Well, there's 50% of this entire move takes us right back to this level. So for them to go back up there, not very good for me. And there is an order block there with a gap. So this is from the hourly standpoint, there is a gap there. So we could see them reaching for that gap, but wow, that would be quite a push back to the upside there. 15-minute looks like that. And Bitcoin has just rocketed up as well. Interesting. I was not expecting such a big turnaround. Expecting one. Like I was saying, that we would come down.
There we go.
I didn't realize we took out the low
We
here.
took it out.
Yeah, I didn't realize we took out this low here on the NAS. So we did take the low, and so we're getting that bounce quicker than I expected, because I thought that we hadn't taken it out and we were still going to drop to take it out. And so the S&P actually came close, but did not take out the low, and now it's turning around. So we were getting that divergence, which is a subtle one, and that's why we're getting that big move back up so quickly. So we're back touching that gap. So in some interesting drawdowns here. This point.
Still has unbelievable strength.
Well, that's our structure playing out now. We should be essentially at a point of turning around again. Get another fractal. I'm going to sell some more. Looking for them to come back down. We almost touched that gap. So are they going to try to go right into it? Perhaps. I'm getting a 1, 2, 3. If we might break that high one more time.
Yeah, it's gonna do it now. I think it did it by 25 cents.
Did not do it here, so I've got a 1, 2, 3.
10. Oh, it did it by more. Did it by 225.
Okay, looks like they're running out of steam up there, so could be coming back here now.
Still a lot of sell orders up there. And they're fairly close to the buy orders.
Not sure why I missed them taking that low out there. I didn't think they did, and for whatever reason. So I'm looking for them to turn it back one more time to take out the low, but they've already taken it out. So this was a turnaround 1, 2, 3
Oh,
bottom.
you mean the high? Oh, what are you on?
NASDAQ 1 minute. So
Okay, you said taking out the low. You mean the high? Or
no, the low at this point here.
okay.
I didn't realize, for whatever reason, I didn't notice that they took out the low. So
Yeah,
this
yeah.
was really the end of the move. We're getting a turnaround. We should be looking to buy here to go back up rather than me looking for them to come back down one more time, because they did take the low. So that was sufficient. And then if we look at S&P did not take the low. So there was divergence. So it was telling us we should be turning around and going back up. So it was a missed signal there. So S&P came quite a ways from taking the low. So we didn't get 5 waves on the S&P here. So we got only 1, 2, 3. We would expect them to take out that low, but they did not. They didn't take this low, and they didn't take the bigger low. So it's a divergence with the NAS. And so this is a turnaround move back to the upside as well. So very tricky on their part there. And I wasn't paying attention enough to see it. So I'm looking for them to come back down, just on a retrace, and it's not so. It's a continuation back up. So now I have to fight to get back. So it would have been best for me to take the small loss at this point rather than going into the big drawdown. So they might possibly be going again to go and take out this high, but I'm hoping that they're not going to do that anymore, and we'll just continue down here. But it is equal highs, so they can easily go back up one more time, take them out.
They haven't finished their playing up there.
If they take the high again, then I'll sell some more at this point into the gap to come back down.
Well, there's your opportunity. I think it did it.
Almost.
Uh,
Very close to taking it, but they did not.
nope, it didn't. You're right. Almost about two handles off it. That's good enough for a turnaround.
You can still assault it again. They can still go up there one more time. Now we've got 3 equal highs, so even more incentive for them to go back up. See how Tesla's doing. Tesla's still trying to turn over to come back down, so they're looking for Tesla to fall. Okay, if we breach this low, then I could look for a 1, 2, 3 here to continue down.
We're trying, but volatility is still in the caution zone.
Yeah, still playing around. So they did take the low by a tick, it looks like, or it's a tie. 98.6.
They didn't do it on the futures.
98.8. No, they did not. So they could go back up again, like they say, one more time here, take out the highs, equal highs. See, they're kind of chopping it now. So
Yeah.
we're kind of in a sideways chop. So likelihood is that they're going to take out the highs one more time here.
It seems highly probable.
Yeah. So where are they going if they go through this gap? 50% is way up here. Yeah, they're taking out the highs.
They
If
took it
this
out.
gap doesn't hold, then 50% of this entire move is still way up here. So there's another, I don't want to say that's not good. I don't want to be in that much of a drawdown, but they're looking like they still want to go up there. Interesting here. There's another gap in here. And there's an order block there as well. So
They just touched the 200 on the 5-minute chart.
hopefully that suffices now that we've gone above that high. We should be turning back. I'm going to sell some more here. It's a fractal there. They could still go higher.
Oh yeah, we're not out of the woods yet.
Still possible. Still take this high and go into the next gap. And we do have a 1, 2, 3 bottom, so that's a likely scenario as well. We could still go up one more time. So definitely not out of the woods, but I'm stocking up on my contracts here. Don't try this at home, kids. It's a dangerous game to play this way. I'm playing with a 2. Well over 2.6 million account, so I'm okay. Okay, so it looks like they don't want to go up one more time. So if we can break this low, again, I would be looking for a 1, 2, 3 here to come back down. That'll kind of give us a head and shoulders, and that might see us come down and put me back into positive here.
Wait, almost reached point of control on a 5-minute, 5-day chart.
You know, S&P is doing there. S&P similar. So looking for them to drop it here. Tesla still trying to come down. Very slow.
Yeah, it hasn't given up yet.
And they're going again to take the high. They better not take that high one more time. We just want to get a 1, 2, 3 here and come back down. That's why they're so tepid. They're still not getting their quota, so they've gone back up to take that equal high there. So will they assault that one more time, or do we just come down now? Looking like we should fall.
Well, we need a candle with some oomph behind it to
Yeah, they're still playing around.
Tell us that the down is for real.
They're still playing around, so they can still go back up again. So it's possible that they're looking to one more time take that high and go back up into this final gap here to give us that drop. But yeah, they're don't really want to see that. Just want to see them drop it here. The longer they linger, the more probabilities that we're going to go back up one more time.
Right.
From the hourly standpoint. So this is what it looks like from the hourly standpoint. You get this drop, retrace. So we're looking for them to drop it again to take out these lows. So it's just a matter of getting in and staying in to come down. Yeah, it looks like they want to go back up. Wow, amazing. And they're just hanging around way too long for them to come down quickly here. Yeah, and gone back and taken that high. All right, so they're really putting them in deep drawdown here now. So that's why they're hanging around so long. They weren't finished. All right, so I'm looking for another fractal here to sell some more. And we're right into the gap. Okay. See if that's it now at that point. I guess we wait for a fractal here. Okay, I've got a fractal on my seconds. Sell it there. Still not done. Not coming down.
Yeah.
Well, where are they going to? Next stop would be the high if they're going to go up there. So that's 50% of this move. Very close to that high. We were into the gap order block area. So hopefully that's it. Very choppy on Tesla, eh? Oh. So still looking for them to come down.
When?
When? Imminently. Yeah, they're just setting this up. So we've swept these guys here. So unless they want to go up and sweep this high, which doesn't look likely, but possible, I suppose, but looking more like we could start coming down here. You can see our structure.
I'm all for that.
Yeah, it's very tepid right now. See how S&P looks. S&P looking like they want to turn it around. However, they could still go up one more time. You see, there's always that little. I think that should suffice here. We should come down. So we need to take out this low. Give us a 1, 2, 3, and then we come. So very close now. There we go. Okay. Finally, a little ray of hope there now that we can come down.
Yeah, this is a better feeling than you get right now.
So now we have, let me just make this bigger. We have a gap here. We have an inverted gap as well. So we've got double gap here. We could see a bounce back up and then a continuation. Rather than just continue without bouncing back up, but it's always interesting when you're not in it, you want to see the retrace. When you're in it, you don't want to see any retrace. That's the way it is. Wow, very slow, eh?
Yep.
Hmm.
You still there, Lennox?
I am. I am watching intently here.
You're not doing a very good job of driving Tesla down.
Sorry?
You're not doing a very good job of driving Tesla down.
I think that's the trajectory here. We've swept this high. Essentially we have a 1 A, B, C, D, E, and we're heading down, taking out the lows. To take out all these lows, all these buyers are in trouble, I would think. That's where we're kind of heading.
All righty.
Let's see on the 5-minute. Yeah, looking that way. So again, on the 5-minute, our controller is here. We drop. They're chopping it all up in here. So I would expect them to come and take out these lows one more time. That will be the expectation now.
Oh, yeah, I see the 123 top. Yeah. Yeah, I missed that. My eyes don't work like yours.
On the 15-minute, it's quite evident that's what we should do. I would expect them to do, but
yeah, I get it.
I have been wrong before. So, so there we go. NAS has come back up into the gaps, and now giving everybody a chance to jump in to sell now. So we might get a bit stronger move coming down now.
Yeah, we need another big red candle right now.
Here's our sweep, our 1, 2, 3. Should be coming down, taking out these lows and heading down. That should propel Tesla to the downside. We get a strong enough push here. Bitcoin, I'm coming in looking for them to drop it some more here. So looking for Bitcoin to continue down here. So I've jumped in on sells. A nice 1, 2, 3 there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Continue down.
Either this is a very small head and shoulders or they're still consolidating.
Oh, they went back up into the gap again. Oh, interesting. That's our time. Okay, we're at 11 o'clock already, eh?
Yep.
They're not bringing it down in a hurry, that's for sure. So, what are they doing here? They're making me work. That's what they're doing. They ought to be done here.
Could this be a way forward on 1 minute?
On the 1 minute,
Whoa, what is this?
it's an odd wave for if it is. That's for sure. You know, it's very choppy, yes. So it could be construed as one, but got equal highs here. So again, they're looking like they want to assault that equal high. So that's why they're so tepid about dropping, because they're not finished. So they want to. We got equal highs here. Lots of liquidity sitting here because lots of sellers. Lots of people think this is the top here, right? So
Yep.
they could go back up again, take them out. So that's why we're not getting this drop. They're not totally complete. Even though we have a lot of liquidity sitting down here, they're not taking them. So quite interesting. It's like a fourth wave, Martin. In that sense, we're just choppy. So yes, they could go back up one more time, take out these highs. Put me in more deep doo-doos here. they're going through that gap. So yeah, they're looking to take out the high. Very sneaky.
They sure are. There's still about an equal number of people willing to sell versus willing to buy. So it's
Yeah. So we're right now we're chopping in a fourth wave here.
yep.
We have a 1-2. So the likelihood is that we're going to take that high and then again start to come back down. So if we take the high, I'll sell some more at this point, because I'm still looking for them to come down. So yeah, S&P is looking to take the highs as well. So where is S&P going? Same type of thing. There's a gap here on the S&P 15-minute, but there's also an order block here. So we're right at that spot where we should be getting rejection and going back to the downside here. Very close to taking the highs. So we might get a bit of divergence here, possibly. S&P could take the high, NASDAQ might not. But it looks likely that it will. They did not take the high on the S&P. So I would expect them. There's a slew of equal highs here, so we should take those highs. NASDAQ did not even come close to taking the high. So are they just turning and going down without going back up there? You see the difference
They
here.
haven't told us quite yet.
Yeah, see how S&P came within a whisker of taking the highs. It did not. So it's still possible that they might go up and take it. Whereas the NAS said that I'm not even going to come there. They're leaving. Interesting.
Still quite non-committal at this point.
Yeah, Bitcoin's given me some profits. Well, that's what I'm expecting Bitcoin to do, to continue down. Tesla's starting to move down now. We're getting that nice 1, 2, 3 there. They didn't take the high. NAS is taking out the low here. That's good. So looking pretty good here that we could continue down. So that's quite interesting that S&P would make equal highs without taking them. So many equal highs without taking it. So let them come take all the buyers out down here. And can push us through. I think I'll take the profit off on Bitcoin at this point, just because I can, and just take that profit. Good thing I did at that point. Wow, amazing. So able to secure that profit, and then they push back because they thought that's what they were going to do, pull back up, because they swept this low, so you get the retrace back in, so I could always jump back in again if I wanted to continue back down. Looking for NAS to continue down now, put me into positive here. So we need to break through these lows here.
Wait, still hasn't given up the ghost yet.
Mm-hmm. Looks like they want to come back to this inverted gap again. If I get a touch here, I will sell again here. Okay. So I've got a 1, 2, 3 now. I'm in that sweet spot area for a sell. And I look to see them come back into the gap here, and I would sell some more and see if we can then take that to the downside once and for all here. Looks like we're going to touch into it. So I'll almost a touch. So a good thing I got out of the Bitcoin, because Bitcoin did go back up much more than I thought. So didn't think they would go back way back up there, but yeah, just breaking that low, take my profit, because I knew they would, or I expected that they would pull back, but I wasn't expecting that they would pull back this high up. That's the only difference here. So quite interesting that they did that. So it's looking more like Bitcoin is saying, you know what, this is like a fourth wave. I'll sweep here, sweep these guys out, make a 1, 2, 3, and maybe continue this way instead of coming down. So that's a possibility.
What's that? Bitcoin?
Yeah, Bitcoin. So NAS did touch, so I just missed my chance to get. Okay, I've got a fractal, so I'm going to sell it again. Sell some more here. I'm looking for them to drop it. I'm selling it on the fractal. All right, we're 15 minutes after the hour. So Bitcoin has given me some nice profits here. I wasn't showing you guys what was going on with Bitcoin, but I was playing Bitcoin as I was in drawdown in the NAS, and managed to make some hefty profits in it. So I managed to take out 13, 15, over 17,000 in Bitcoin in the last few minutes. I just showed you the last little bit that I did, but I was taking off some profits on those moves on Bitcoin. So Bitcoin on these moves down, there are opportunities. So I took advantage of them. But that the last move here, because it looked like a possibility that this could be a sweep, I decided to take the profit there. Although I thought maybe they would come down a little further and take this low, but they didn't. So take the profit there and stay out now. But that's making up for my losses in NAS in the interim. So, but I'm still looking for NAS to come down, take out these lows, take out all these guys, and continue down here. So. S&P, Tesla slowly getting there, Peter. I think it's going to do it, but it's going to be it's a slow one. As not too far away here from getting back to break even and getting into profit. But they're definitely not in a hurry to bring it down. But this is a good sign that we swept this low, although we did not close below this. This is just a sweep, so we didn't really close below it. So it's I'd like to see a sweep, a closure, but we didn't get a closure. So it is possible still that they could go and attack the highs again, both highs. It is possible, but I'd like to see them not do that. Let this gap hold, and we continue back down. See Bitcoin again. So I'll go another 12 minutes. We'll call it a day after that. So you see how Bitcoin is looking like they want to go back up to take out the high. So what it's showing is that this whole move here is just a fourth wave here. And now we can go up and take out the high. So that's, if that's the case, then that's possible that the NAS can go back up some more still before we get a turnaround. So let's go to the 15. So yeah, looking like they want to, it's possible that they want to go back up and assault that high. See the 30. So very choppy affair here. From this level and a retrace. So you would think that, you know, they've come up and taken out this high already, that should be enough, and they shouldn't go back and take this high again. And we would continue down, but it looks on the hourly, we're in a chop. Remember what I said originally when we first started at the beginning of the morning here, was that Bitcoin, we were in this chop, so we could come down here, take out the lows, and then bounce. And we could get a bounce like that before we come back down. So this is like, looks likely that's what they're trying to do. We could take out these highs. We could even go back up and take out these highs before we get a turnaround to go back down. I'm expecting them to go down, but sometimes the expectation is, so you're thinking they're going to do it quickly, but instead we're actually in a fourth wave and they're doing A, B, C, D, and E, and then we would eventually come down.
Take a look at the 1 hour chart on that, Lennox.
Yeah, this is the hourly chart, so you can see that this is the likely scenario that they're doing, and so
yeah, we're in a wave 4 right now.
That's right, and so that's why we're getting the kind of movements we're getting. So we have a clean 1, 2, 3 here. We drop down. We're in a fourth wave, so the likelihood, since we've swept everybody out now down here, is that we're going to go back up and sweep this guy, and then come back down. So that's why we're getting this big push up. And I thought maybe I could come back down in here, but no, you have to go back up to the higher time frame to kind of see where you are and judge where you are. And this was what I called out originally, that this was a possibility. So now it's actually doing it. And it makes sense that, yes, we could certainly go back up and take out all these highs, all these sellers at these points. So sellers here are in jeopardy. Sellers up here are in jeopardy as well. So that is a strong possibility. They've taken these guys out already, so there's only these two left. And so it would be a buy opportunity on Bitcoin on any retraces like that, like right there. That was perfect. So I was looking at it as a fourth wave, and it looks like that's what it really is. And so they've swept this low, made a 1-2 now, and we're looking to go and take everybody out up here and higher. So for Bitcoin now, I would be looking for buys continuing up. All right, so that could mean that NASDAQ also has more room to go up, and I could be in more trouble here than I'm expecting. So let's go back to the hourly on the NAS, and we get a better idea. And sure enough, you can see, since we have a 1, 2, 3, this is controlling the move. We get this drop. We're retracing this move, so we can certainly come back up into this area, and before we get this move back down. So it's a move up to take out all the sellers in the short term, but we're still looking for them to come down. So I'll stay the course in this drawdown, because I'm expecting to turn around. But you don't want to do this at home. It's not a good thing to go into deep drawdown like that. It would have been better for me to take $1,000 loss or whatever and reevaluate, recalculate, as it were. So that's why we're not leaving this area and coming down in any kind of a hurry, because the trajectory is to the upside. So that could mean that Tesla is also playing games in here, but Tesla does look a lot more weak. But doesn't mean that they can't come up and take out these highs first. and give us that move back up in here. There's a big gap here as well, so that gap could come into play on the way back up too. So we do have a gap here. So it is possible, I'll put it like that, because this has already been mitigated. So we could, Tesla could potentially push all the way back up here before it continues down. So that's a choppy fourth wave area. So quite interesting when you take a look at it from the higher time frame, how things can change, and you have to be able to change with them. Otherwise, you get into troubles like what I did here.
Well, we got our new high.
Yeah, so they've taken that high. So is it logical for me to be selling more here at this point? Maybe not, because they could still go higher.
I don't know. That's true.
Yeah. So because I have room to go up some more, I might want to hold off on selling at this point, even though we're right at a point where we could turn. It is, there's no guarantee that they're going to go up and take out this high up here. Yes, this is 50%. We want to see, if we want to sell, we want to see them go above 50%, but there's no guarantee that they'll do that. So this could be the stopping point in this gap order block area. We could stop here and turn back. So that's what I'd like to see at this point, of course, but no guarantee of that. It still looks strong. So we swept this low. We've got a 1, 2, 3. So another 1, 2, 3. So we're still going higher. You can see that we're going to go higher than this. Not too far away from the next high. And actually, this is the daily high here. This is the daily high right here. So that's a potential that we go up to the daily high even. So what's controlling us right now is this 1, 2, 3 here in the short term. And we are certainly pushing higher.
What time frame you on for that controller?
That's the 1 minute.
Oh, okay.
So that makes it quite a different turn of events here for Tesla, Peter. So they come down, they sweep, and then they create a 1, 2. So now it is possible that we're heading back up, sweeping these guys out. We're going to sweep out these guys and these guys and push back up a little bit before we get a turnaround. So definitely not a game for the faint of heart here. So what I could do to mitigate some of my losses in NAS is buy S&P, because at this point I could buy S&P to continue up and do it the proper way. So get buy here and then look for a make sure I put a stop in, of course, this time. So if I'm wrong and they're coming down, I get a small loss, and let's see if we can make a little bit of profit on the way up. What's that? So this is what I'm looking at. My stop is below the mid candle, and it looks like nope, that didn't work. So my stop should be technically below this candle, but I didn't want to give it that much risk. But maybe worthwhile to have done it that way. So let me try it again. Go back in one more time. I'll wait for the next candle. And see, they've opened up way up. So just by a tick, they took me out right there. Just by that was just a tick below the candle, and I didn't give it the spread. Wow. So that was enough to take me out of that trade at that point, unfortunately. So we'll get another chance to get in. So I'll take it here to continue up again. All right, so I'll put my stop back below the low. So how far up are we going? Maybe not that far, just up to there, which is about not very many handles, really. 30, 15 handles or so. So on the hourly, looking for the retrace of this move, that low to this high. 50%, we're right at 50% right now. So just a little push up maybe to take out that high, and then we might be done. So we could just take this high out. So my target would be basically that high, which is not a huge amount of profit, but if I can stay alive, that is.
Well, they drove Tesla up to take out the high.
Did they do it already? Yeah.
Yep.
So there we go. So they look like they still want to go up higher. It looks like they're going to come in back into this gap here, Peter. So very sneaky of them. It looked like they were going to turn it and roll it over to the downside, but they said, no, we're not quite done at that point. So can I make it up? All right, so it's after 8:30 my time here, 11:30 Eastern. So I'm going to call it a day, and I'll let you know how this played out. Well, you'll see how it played out anyways in the charts, but expecting them to bring it down, but movement back up first before they do.
What's your schedule for today?
I've got no grandchild today, so I'm good. I survived yesterday.
Would be tomorrow. Would tomorrow be too late?
No, it's up to you, Peter.
Yeah, well, I've got to check, but Delali is available tomorrow, not today.
Okay, no problem. Whatever is best for you, no problem.
Yeah, tomorrow would be best for me.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, I think in the morning is when he's available.
Okay.
He's
That's
going
fine.
he's off to school right now.
Okay.
I'm not jerking you around. I'm just trying to
No, it's all good.
accommodate everybody's schedule.
We're only 5 minutes apart, so it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Okay,
So thanks
take care
everyone
now.
for dropping in.
Well, thank
Yeah.
you. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, again, they took me out of S&P. Again, it's this is a tough one today because if you get caught going the wrong way, like I did here, then you can see how you can easily get torn up. So just be careful out there for the afternoon. I think they're going to bring it back down, so watch out for that. So thanks everybody for dropping in. Appreciate it.
Take care. See
Have
you
a good rest of the
tomorrow.
day. Martin, have a good rest of the day.
Yeah, thank you.
Take care.
Thank you
All
for
those on
having us.
YouTube. Again, this was just for educational purposes. Do not try this at home. Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Forex trading code
Why keep you hiding where the I look up at the sky in case into the ocean.